It feels awesome to be back with you guys on a Sunday night for a classic watch-along after missing last week due to All In, but we kind of got some double duty going on right now. I've got NXT No Mercy up on the TV right now, and this is going to be a little bit of practice because we are on the cusp of football season, and every football season when we do these watch-alongs, sometimes there's a big game on, and I usually have that on, and we kind of double watch. Well, I do have my eye on No Mercy right now. I just turned it on a little while ago, so I saw Zachary Wentz retain the X Division title. Is that what he was defending against Wesley? That is just mind-boggling to me to say out loud. And now we've got Leilani Kai and Margot Cho, or whatever her name is, in the ring right now, wrestling for the North American title. So we got No Mercy on. We're going to keep our eye on that. And we've got Fall Brawl from WCW 1999. I want to thank all of you guys last week who recommended that for the watch-along today, or this week, or this month, we do something Sid-related. So I looked through some Fall Brawls, looked through some WWE shows, and this is one of the only ones that really sticks out to me that has a decent Sid match on it. And of course, Sid is working with Chris Benoit on this show. But I have never in my life ever seen WCW Fall Brawl 1999. I've never seen the pay-per-view. I've probably seen some clips here or there, but I've just never seen the pay-per-view. I was barely watching WCW at the time. My attention was fully focused on WWE. This is about a month before Russo and Ferrara make the jump to WCW. Hogan is back in the red and yellow, so there's a lot of things going on this show that should be fun to watch, especially for me, watching for the first time. Kyle, Wendy, is it Wendy Cho or Wendy Chu? Like chewing? Yeah, like choo-choo train, right? It's Wendy Chu. Not really familiar with her. She got a wacky-ass gimmick, and I did see, we watched the show together, I believe, when Kaylani Jordan won the North American title, I think, in that ladder match. So I don't really watch NXT. I'm only somewhat familiar with some of the talent. But they look like they're having a good show there in Denver, I believe, tonight. Arena show. And the little bit I saw that last match, it looked like wild stuff. So we're going to eyeball NXT No Mercy as we watch WCW Fall Brawl. Hopefully you guys have multiple devices. You can join me for all this watching, for all this wrestling watching. And this should be a good one today. I'm going to say hello to everybody here in the chat in 1 second. Cheers to you. I'm going to crack open a nice frosty beverage, say hello to everyone, and then we are going to fire up Fall Brawl 99. While I'm talking here, go over to your Peacock, look up Fall Brawl Season 7, Episode 1. The runtime, according to Peacock, is 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 5 seconds. In just a couple of minutes, we will all hit play together. Once we do that, that timer below me will start to run, and you can just sync up your Peacock with that timer, and you should be able to follow along just fine. So that's how we are going to be doing it today, and happy Labor Day weekend to you. Hopefully, most of you are off tomorrow. I know I am. I'm always off on Mondays, but for those of you who work the Monday through Friday schedules, hopefully you got a nice day off tomorrow, and we're going to spend it together. I decided that we're going to do a Monday Night Raw watch-along, Labor Day watch-along tomorrow night. I'm not going to do a review for Raw tomorrow. We'll just casually watch it because I'm going to be up here again midweek to do all-out predictions and whatnot, so we'll have plenty of time to just talk about anything crazy that happens more in podcast form. But I think tomorrow we're just going to come up here, nice little holiday live Raw stream together, so join us. I will post a link to tomorrow's Raw live reaction a little bit later on tonight on the channel. Let me say hello to Garrett Osborne, Mike Rouse, Brandon McNeil. We got Tatanani, and we've got George Morris, some of the early channel members I see in here. Thank you, George, for your $5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? Fall Brawl 99. I don't remember this one. Raw tomorrow, some new guy. Joe is starting. Who is this? Let me know. That's probably Tessitore. Joe Tessitore, because Pat McAfee's leaving. I think he's going to jump over and sit in on Raw for the remainder of the year. And then I think when Raw moves to Netflix, they're going to shuffle it up again. So it'll probably be like Corey Cole on Raw, Cole and McAfee on Raw, and then maybe Barrett and this guy on SmackDown, I think. But yeah, I guess he is going to be debuting tomorrow night on Raw as well. So we'll get an idea of how he is as a play-by-play guy, because WWE's let some guys go in the last couple of years. They don't really have a deep bench in that regard, and they really should, but they don't. Anyway, you know Tito's always doing good. He's off camera at the moment. See where my, right where this is? Right here. Where my finger is. If I move this out of the way, you can kind of see him underneath. You see his two little paws? Paws right there. Those are his two paws. He is sleeping under my end table on the edge of my couch. He's doing just fine. And I'm looking forward to this one too. Me and George are going to be watching the show for the first time. And We Are Pro Wrestling, interesting stat here. This is the first pay-per-view after Bischoff was fired. So this was 2 days prior. So a lot of stuff going down right now in WCW. Weird time. Weird time for the company. Always good. Also good to see William Cullen, Always Radio. Hey, that's good. Always Radio suggests that another good Fall Brawl to do would be 1994. Garrett Osborne suggests Fall Brawl 1993. We might be able to knock both of those out here this month in September. So I'm going to take a look at both of those cards, and maybe we'll post a link for next week as early as tonight or tomorrow. Also, happy to see Daniel Barry Sports. We got Gilbert Arbalo, my boy Ronnie, and Zach Powgett, more channel members chiming in. Also, happy to see Alan Carter in here, welcoming us and wishing us happy Labor Day. Probably missing a couple here. T85, Brandon Barnes, and Ryan Adams. See y'all. Joe Brill, good to see you. All right, right on. Well, thank you for being here today. I know, attention is divided. We've got not only a holiday weekend, we've got an NXT pay-per-view, and I'm trying to be up here doing a live watch-along, so I know you have lots of options on what to do and how to spend your Sunday, so thank you for being here if you're here. If you guys are ready, we will fire up Fall Brawl. I've got my Peacock queued up right now and ready to go. And I think we can start this show. This should be a fun one. I did briefly glance at the card last week. So I know about Sting and Hogan. I know about Sid and Benoit. I've kind of forgot all the other matches, but I remember reading the matches, and there's like nine matches, something like that on this card. It's a big card, and I think it should be fun to watch this. So let's fire it up, y'all. Hopefully you've got your hands ready to rock on the play button, and we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play, and that's how we do it here. Let me just get my timer set up. All right, timer here, play button here. All right, I'm ready. This is always the hardest part of the stream, me being able to nail this syncing here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, yes. Do not skip that intro. Let's watch it. Let's watch another horrible WCW video package. I mean, it wasn't getting any better. Look at this shit. In 1999, all the money they had available to spend, all the talent they were able to buy. They hired a high schooler to do the production. Like, they have the worst video packages, the worst highlight clips. So we got Luger, Sting, and Hogan 4 years after Luger got there. Luger and Hogan beefing. All right, so somebody attacked Sting, I guess. Now, I don't remember when Hogan donned the red and yellow again. I think it was maybe early summer of this year, of 99. He moved back to the red and yellow. I remember that cage match. There was a cage match, maybe Spring Stampede. I think it was Spring Stampede. It was Hogan and Flair, and there was kind of like a double turn, right? And that's when Hogan went face, and then I think he redonned the red and yellow. And we have this terrible new WCW logo, which I hated from the very first night. So we got the Professor Mike, we got Tony Schiavone, and we got the Brain on the call for tonight's Fall Brawl. Oh yeah, that's right, DDP and Goldberg rematch. Thank you, Fox Star Killer. I do remember that one. It was hard to find a thumbnail for this show. I ultimately went with Sid, just because we lost Sid this week. Oh, cool. All right, We Are Pro Wrestling. That's right. This is the first Fall Brawl without a War Games match. August 9th, Nitro. Same night Jericho debuted on Raw. Crazy. Yeah, and T85, another bad part of WCW's video packages is because WWE's were so great. It just made theirs look even worse than they were, and they were already pretty bad. What's going on Bobby's shirt? Is that a gun? Or is that a ribbon? Schiavone and Mike Tenay have a ribbon. Bobby Heenan, it literally looks like there's a little tiny silhouette of a gun on his shirt. Or is that just his ribbon crooked? And it looks like a gun. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Bobby over there. I love that we're opening up with 3 minutes of chatter from the announce team, and now they're going to plug the hotline. I'm going to eat this special gummy. Oh my God, is Insane Clown Posse is there? Oh God. Oh yeah, Vampiro. 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 I mean, I remember that Insane Clown Posse went there. I mean, they were in WWE, ECW, and WCW. I guess they were feuding with, what, the Filthies? Were the Filthy Animals a thing? This feels like it can't be the real music. It might be. I remember Vampiro's WCW music being pretty good. I have a feeling this is a network edit. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Unless they're playing some Insane Clown Posse music here, and that's why they're dubbing it. Doesn't feel like this can be the real music. But I could be wrong. Oh, Wendy lost. Oh, wow. I turned right as Kaylani was hitting that 450. I mean, she's athletic. I always thought Kaylani just looked so small. She looked like a girl I'd hire to be a hostess at my restaurant. But I used to have the same thought the first time I ever saw Sasha Banks. I was like, who is this child? There is a child in the ring. She weighs 86 pounds. She's little as hell. How is this woman a wrestler? And look at the star she turned out to be. So maybe, oh, looks like Wendy Chu's getting attacked. I forgot who that is. Oh, it's Pez, not Pez Watley. What's her name? Pez, Patsley, Kaylee Patsley. What the fuck is her name? Gonna discount Daphne. What's her name? Paisley Paxley. Haley Paisley Paxley Jones. That's her name, I think. Yeah, Haley Paxley Jones. We'll just call her that. Works for me. So this is the real music that they were using back then. I can tell I love this pyro for Kidman, Ray, and Eddie. Maskless Ray with Eddie in a tag team match on the same side. Oh, how this touches my heart. It's a couple months left for Eddie. You know, it's 3 more months out the door. Or 4, maybe. And then in walk the Radicals to WWE. Ha! I was close. Tatum Paxley. See, I can sound it out. Eventually I'll get it. And I was getting a little confused, too. It was Zachary Wentz and Wes Lee. Who was the NXT team? Were they? I thought Wes Lee was one of them. Was Wes Lee one member of the team and, like, one of the guys said something, got fired? Who was that? Help me with my NXT knowledge here. So this is going to be Eddie, Ray, and Billy Kidman versus Vampiro. You are supposed to say it 3 times. And Insane Clown Posse. No match I'd like to see. Prime Vampiro against Damian Priest. Just think it might be good. Vampiro was still I know he was going through some health problems, but he still makes appearances, right? In AAA or CMLL, I think AAA. He was part of the Triple Mania. And I know he still appears there as either an announcer or a manager or something. You guys can fill me in, but he still does stuff. Ray Jr., look at that little deadbeat dad. I mean, who's watching Dominic right now, guys? Who's watching Dominic? Dominic is just a newborn. He's probably just an infant. He's sitting at home, unsupervised, because Ray is too busy playing with his filthy animal friends. What a fucking deadbeat piece of shit he is. Fucking Ray. Ugh. Leaving little Dom. No wonder Dom turned out so crazy. He had a rough childhood and a rough upbringing because his dad, look, he's even wearing a wife beater. Ugh. Feel bad for the Mysterio children who had to grow up with Ray as their father. Horrible. I love that we got 10-10-220 sponsoring this PPV. Yes, back in the day, phone calls used to cost money. It was a pain in the ass. When I lived on the East Coast and my parents lived here on the West Coast, my mom would always insist that they call me, so they would have to pay for the phone call. It was a weird time back then. Before these things came around. When my grandmother was alive, she lived in Florida, and she would call me sometimes, like just to talk or whatever. She'd call me on the phone, or I would call her someday. That's what it was. If I ever called her, I'd talk to her, and then like 2 weeks would go by, and I'd get a card in the mail with like $3 in it to pay for the phone call that I called her. I'm like, it's all right, Grandma. I got you. I got the $3. You ain't got to send me the $3. Oh, rest in peace, Grandma. She was a trip. I'll never forget getting that card. I'm like, there's $3 fucking in here. Why is that? She was paying me back for the phone call. So the skinny one, the skinny ICP, I think is Violent J. And the other one's Shaggy 2 Dope? Or do I have it reversed? This might be Shaggy 2 Dope. He's doing a lot of talking. Would they be like, well, maybe not. Would they be like the rap version of like Guar? Just like over the top crazy on purpose? I don't know. Maybe not. Might be a bad reference. Wentz's girlfriend is Gigi Dolan? Way to go, Wentz. That right there is what we call a score. A few years ago, I didn't think there was a hotter woman in the world than Priscilla Kelly, to be honest. Oh my God. Oh, this is bad. See, this is what happens when you have guys that aren't totally trained. Oh, good tandem move there. It just kind of dawned on me and registered that Ray... Oh, wow, I love that move from Eddie, that Ray is wearing Kidman's gear. Why didn't Ray wear that? Is he not a filthy enough animal? Or are they even doing that yet? That WC logo is ass. I miss just the good old WCW. It was like low tech and not that flashy, but you remember it, you know? WCW moving away from that logo was like WWE moving away from the Winged Eagle title. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Preserve your history. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm all for, you know, changing things up and evolving, but I mean, over the years, how many times has the Coca-Cola logo changed, you know? Really not at all. I mean, maybe a little tweaking here or there, but for the most part, it's the same fucking logo. Sports teams would start doing that a lot too, and then they would find themselves going back to the old logo. Oh, man. Ray, it's funny because Ray here looks a lot like Dominic at SummerSlam in the ladder match because Dominic had that blonde hair, remember? And Angie, Ray's wife, is not that tall, is she? I don't know how they had how they birthed such a tall drink of water like Dominic. Unless there's a real tall middleman that works the neighborhood there. I'm kidding. That's what you don't want right there. I hate the Bronco Buster might be my least favorite move in all of wrestling. I hate it. It's stupid. I never popped for it, and I witnessed a lot of Bronco Busters live in person in the audience. Never popped for it. I'm very much against the move. Oh, yeah, so we got Obafemi and who's this, Madcap Moss or something? That's a big boy, that Obafemi, ain't he? Jesus Christ. Tatanani, no, KO did not turn on Cody yesterday, but I still think it's going to happen. If anybody hasn't checked out our Bash in Berlin review, it's up on the channel right now. Ooh. Man, I am hot as hell. 1 second, I'm going to move this. There we go. I just wanted to reposition my fan. Barry, no, not Madcap, just somebody who looks like him. No, I know that's not Madcap. That's the Italian gimmick guy. Tony D. Yeah, JBL's been making some appearances. Not only did he debut in TNA on Friday, he made another appearance last night. And now I forgot where that was already. But he's been a busy guy. JBL becoming an indie darling. Who would have ever seen that coming, huh? Nice. I made my peace with JBL. There's just a lot of things unlikable about him for so many years, and that Blue Meanie story and situation was infuriating, and I hate bullies. You know, but, he's kind of come around. JBL's a good dude. And it really helped to learn that he's not MAGA, you know? I was like, that's good to know. I was a little worried there on that one. It was a fucking cowboy hat, you know? Come on, Shaggy. No, wait. Is this... I forget their names again. Shaggy? Fucking Violent. I think Violent J's the fat one. They've taken bumps, though. That was a good clothesline bump. Neither one of these guys looks to me like they know what the fuck they're doing, but they're taking some bumps. Damn, Tatanani, you went and saw Motley Crue yesterday? That's awesome. And thank you to the Juliet, who's handing out memberships, hooking up All Sports Are Scripted. Welcome back. Next time anyone gives out any subscriptions, give one to Barry MK. Or not subscriptions, memberships. You know what I mean. I mean, Obafemi, like, physically, he's super impressive. He's good in the ring, too, right? Do we like him in the ring? We got some meat in WWE. I mean, on Raw right now, you got Bronson and Braun Strowman and Odyssey. You got this fucker here tearing it up in NXT. There's beef, meat. It's a meaty, meaty wrestling landscape right now. Yeah, Motley Crue is Tommy Lee, right? Poison is Bret Michael. Who's the front man of Motley? Vince Neil? And then Bret Michaels is Poison. I think, right? I forget my 80s hairband trivia. Jesus, that fucking chop from Eddie to Vampiro. Yeah, should shout out Winston-Salem. They held a lot of fall brawls in Winston-Salem, and I never went to one. I lived in North Carolina. I'd go to Raleigh, Charlotte, Fayetteville. I'd go to Virginia and go to South Carolina. For some reason, wouldn't touch Winston-Salem. I don't know why. I always liked Vampiro. I thought he was solid. Okay, I was right about Vince Neil. Okay. Is he still at it? Is he still out there? I know Axel is. Oh. Aerosmith finally concluded their tours. I guess Steven Tyler's voice is too jacked. They're done touring. I guess Journey's got a new guy. A new front man. They're touring everywhere. Heard about that recently. I don't know how you replace Steve Perry. That dude had a voice. He was a male Whitney Houston. He was a male Mariah Carey. He was unbelievable. Like an ungodly, unworldly voice. Just like Whitney's and Mariah's was. Go, Eddie, tearing him up. Watching that ICP take a hip toss. Shout out to referee Billy Silverman, who I also believe did work in WWE. Like pre-buyout. Wow, oh no! Jesus. That was like a double team tandem that was supposed to be a cutter, but Eddie damn near landed right on top of his head. Shaggy 2 Dope. I love that name. My favorite gang member name, I think, is Two Strikes. I love that. What's up, Two Strikes? Oh, Eddie's going to come up for the froggy. Or a drop kick. Missile drop kick. Boom. God. I don't have much recollection at all of, like, Eddie in 99 here, so it's kind of cool to see him in a match. He's holding Vampiro's legs. We're going to get a shooting star. Oh, damn. Came down with his knees on his face. We're good? Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, Vampiro took one of Kidman's knees right to the orbital bone. Good job, Eddie, Kidman, and the Deadbeat. Victorious. Your winners. Eddie, Kidman, and the Deadbeat. That's what I was supposed to say. Bobby doing the classic, your winner. I love that. Oh, poor Ray. You all right, Ray? He's not legit hurt here, is he? Feels like he might be. Maybe we'll get some news tomorrow on the check our friends over at Fightful. Hopefully they'll have some news on Ray's injury here. As most fans saw, 25 years ago, Ray hurt his knee in a match on Fall Brawl. We're happy to report that his knee is fully healed. Oh my god, that knee! Did you see the knee hit Vampiro's face? Ow! Thank you, Bobby. That's what I was waiting for. Your winners. Can't wait to see what the next match is. I don't know what any of these matches are. Rob, are you here? Where are you at, Rob? There's Rob. Oh, check this out. WCW.com. Oh, whoop. Wrong. Sorry. My bad. I'm back. Oh, hey, guys, huh? No, that was the rest of the Radicals right there. WCW.com. WWE was just kicking their ass in every aspect. That .com shit. They had a better website than WCW did. They had better everything. Everything they did was better. At least in 1999. Getting a good look at my North Carolina peeps, see if I recognize anybody. See if I recognize any. There's a Tim Duncan in the crowd there, right on. There's Chris Paul, cool. No, they're not there. Tim Duncan, I think this was the year he went to the NBA, or maybe he was already there. I think the Spurs won the title in 99. Strike year, right? Having given Lenny Lane TV time right after Jericho left is so funny. I mean, he's just a Jericho clone. That's all he's doing. And Lodi, was from my old hometown. He's from the Greenville, NC area. My friend Daniel knew him. I think they have a lot of mutual friends. I think he's still semi-active in the indies there. Lenny Lane is kind of like, he does look a lot like Jericho, dude, doesn't he? He's more like a Griff Garrison. Whatever happened to Griff Garrison? Didn't we like Griff Garrison? Why is he not visible anymore? Maybe he can go to NXT. Reunite with Pillman. Where's Julia Hart? Where's she? Now that I think about it. What's going on, AEW? Where are these people? Oh, I didn't know that. That is really cool. See, we always throw shade at WCW's production, but they always ponied up for a really great set. Like, look at, they have the letters in the Fall Brawl logo are video walls. That's kind of cool. I assume there's a video wall behind it, and that's transparent on the letters there, and that's, I don't know, that's pretty awesome, though, for 1999. I mean, those Halloween Havoc sets that they would do, some of those Spring Stampede ones were fun, even Bash at the Beach, they'd bring in sand and shit. They have a lot of money to pay talent. They make great pay-per-view sets. WCW always did, even before they got big in the 90s, you know, where they had the big runway going all the way to the ring and the curtains. There's just a different look to it. I always liked it. It was one thing about WCW that was appealing. Oh, the West Hollywood Blondes, huh? All right. Lenny, look at this. They just recloned Jericho. That's all they did. Hey, put your hair up in a ponytail. He literally looks like Chris Jericho. I swear to God they did this so the casual viewer would just think that's him. If WCW had a Saudi Arabia deal to do pay-per-views, they would have just sent him. Here's Chris Jericho. The Prince wants Chris Jericho. Let's give him Lenny Lane. Nothing good ever came from North Carolina. You are from there. You're from there, Lodi. Fucking liar. Crazy watching a Fall Brawl with one ring, isn't it? So this is Lenny Lane defending the Cruiserweight title against Kaz Hayashi, who I always liked Kaz Hayashi. But Lenny Lane and Lodi were useless. And way too glittery for me. You're not from West Hollywood. You're from dear shit, North Carolina. I'm from Hollywood. Oh, did Omafemi win? Looks like he does. Looks like he did. Come on, Oba. He better win. Can't lose to a guy wearing pinstripe pants. What the fuck? All right, Oba Femi got the win. Good for him. As Lenny Lane dances around the ring. For those just tuning in, we're watching WCW Fall Brawl 1999, and is Lenny Lane defending his Cruiserweight title, doing his best Chris Jericho impression here, about a month after Jericho left and showed up in WWE. He has been recloned in the form of Lenny Lane, taking on Kaz Hayashi for the Cruiserweight Championship. With that ugly-ass, brand-new WCW logo in the middle of the ring. When did they start that logo? I think it was like early 99. Maybe late 98 or something. But that logo change was a mistake. It was a mistake. It took away their identity. Didn't feel like the same WCW anymore. Always Radio, WWE's main event scene was in shambles and didn't make any sense in 99. Well, tell that to the ratings, because everybody's eyeballs were on WWE in 99. We've talked about the crappy year that 99 was. Terrible pay-per-views. I went to 3 of them. All of them sucked. And there weren't a lot of great pay-per-views that year, but the ratings were off the fucking charts. All the interest, all the eyeballs. WWE was making all the noise. WCW wasn't making any. So yeah, they had some booking issues, but you don't really recognize that as you're going through it. It's more of a hindsight thing. But at the time, the ratings were off the charts. The Raws were sold out. The pay-per-views were sold out. The crowd energy, the enthusiasm, all of that was off the fucking charts for WWE, regardless of how the booking looks to a fan 25 years later. I'm telling you, you had to live through that to understand what I'm saying. And it was just night and day. There was no... WWE had made such improvements that they left WCW in the dust. In the dust. But you're right. The main event scene was in shambles, but you wouldn't know it watching it on TV during that time because the numbers were through the effing roof, man. Kaz Hayashi taking out both Lenny and Lodi. I don't think Kaz ever held the Cruiserweight title. Unless he wins it here. I wasn't aware of a Disney and AT&T partnership to begin with. AT&T dropped Disney. Well, maybe I did. Actually, I might have known that. I do have AT&T as my phone provider, but I don't give a shit about Disney. I'm not subscribed to Disney Plus. I don't watch Disney shit. I don't watch Disney movies. I didn't have kids, so I never had to watch fucking Frozen and shit. More time to watch wrestling. Lenny Lane, he kind of looks, facially, he looks like a combination of Jericho and Luger. BYOB, bring your own blow pops. Lodi, I've had about enough of your ass. Oh yeah, AT&T was carrying Disney content. Got it. No more ESPN networks on DirecTV. Okay, interesting. I don't have DirecTV, but I have DirecTV Stream where I watch my cable channels. And ESPN is on there. Hopefully it doesn't go away. Nice drop toey. Yeah, I use this. Oh, shoot. I was going to show you the screen, but yeah, it's like a DirecTV stream. Yeah, and it just like has the guide here. So just TV channels. So hopefully that's what I currently use to watch cable television. This is just an app. Lodi's really trying to get this bring your own blow pop sign over. Yeah, we see it, man. I don't have time to go to the store, buy blow pops, and be back before this match ends. If I did, I'd go. He needs to understand that there's just not time. Oh. When I lived in like rural North Carolina, we had a little like wholesale store. It's called Cash and Carry. And that's where you could buy like cases of blow pops and candies and stuff. The shit that you would find in like the grocery stores, you know, with a whole case of candy bars. That's where you could, you know, open to buy individually. You could buy them by the case there. And you could buy this big fucking thing of like 100 blow pops for like $6. It was so cheap. I used to buy a bunch of candy like Airheads and blow pops and pixie sticks, buy them for nothing at that wholesale store. Take them to school in like middle school and fucking sell them on the playground. I was a little entrepreneur. I was coming home with like $100 a week for like a couple months there. I was just like, kids would like surround me. I had my backpack and I'd pull it out and they'd be surrounding me with their dollar bills and I'd just give them fucking Airheads. I'd charge them 7 times what I paid for it in the store. Oh, I made some money. Teachers found out, made me stop. Said that it was against the rules to sell shit. I'm like, well, it's not drugs. It's just blow pops. Give me a break, bro. But they said I was no longer able to do it, and if I did it again, I would be suspended. So I had to stop. I remember word got out that I was doing that. And I leave like the 8th grade hallway to go outside. And when I go out the door, it was like a bunch of people swarmed me like they wanted my autograph. Like I was famous. Like, we heard you got candy. I'm like, yeah, I'll pull out my backpack and just hand over fist. If you don't have a nose, you have trouble breathing. I really hope this Kaz, Hayashi, and Lenny Lane match doesn't go 20 minutes. Wow, I thought he was going to go for Poison Rana. No. Nice. Nice. Big running bulldog there from Lenny. Do we ever get any, do any Kaz Hayashi and Taka Michinoku matches exist? Boom. Oh yeah, Alan, I kind of forgot about Lenny Lane being around Jericho for a while. And yes, Smitty, this PPV is in Winston-Salem. Yeah, I don't have any memories of Kaz Hayashi being a champion in the company, so I don't think he wins here, but I also wasn't paying much attention to WCW in 99. I was definitely checked out on these guys by then. Wow, running power bomb, that was dangerous. Oh yeah, Roxanne Perez is up next. I don't know who she's facing, but a lot of people are thinking that we might see Julia at the end of this. NXT, I mean, I've tried. NXT is just hard for me to watch. It's cringy as all hell. And it's just hard for me to take it seriously when I watch it. I saw the little video with some new faction, JC Jane, two others. I'm like, well, whatever that is looks stupid. You know, like I don't care at all. Oh, Lodi. Oh, Lodi and Lenny Lane. Well, that was pretty dumb. Victory roll? Oh. About to say, maybe he does win. I don't recall much about Lenny Lane after WCW. I'm not even sure if he was there by the time the buyout happened. Oh, Lodi taken out. Oh, there we go. He got hung up on the ropes. That's going to be ball game here. Roll him up. 1, 2, and 3. No, he kicked out. I thought that would just be the finish. Probably should have been. I think Kaz is busted open a little bit. Oh, skull-crushing finale for the win. That's it. Good job, Lenny. He earned it. Well, he had a lot of help, man. He had Lodi out there. Oh, transferring heat. Thank you. That's Jada Parker. That's who. See, I don't know much about Jada Parker. Men's wrestlers too. I'm not picking on the women, but women specifically, women's wrestlers, especially women's developmental wrestlers, I can't listen to them on the mic. I can't listen to them in interviews. I just can't. Makes my ears bleed. A lot of the men ain't any better, so I'm not picking on the women. I'm just saying, like, sometimes the trash talking amongst the ladies can just get a little stupid. I do like Roxanne, though. She is very good. Giving up quite the size advantage here to Jada Parker. I didn't realize how different they are in size. Wow. Crazy. Okay. So Mean Gene is going to bring out Sting for a pre-main event in-ring promo? Okay. It's a bit unorthodox, but we'll see. Here comes the Stinger. Sans Just for Men, like last week when he showed up at All In. Man, he had quite the dye job on his hair there. It looked like he was the fake Sting. It was like the real Sting looked more like the fake Sting than the real Sting. All right, Sting. All right, what's this? I feel like Hogan is going to come out or something. Is that what's happening? Chris, thanks for the $2. I think Russo would speed up any collapse. You add Russo to any equation, it's going to speed up the collapse. Oh, I missed your one from earlier. I might have missed a couple. Sorry about that. Chris has 5 more. I like your Arn Anderson idea for Hell in the Cell with Cody and KO, but the Royal Rumble rematch, we get an armed Anderson, and he hands Cody the Glock. That would work. I'd be very much into that. Shit, Fox Star Killer, I see it now. I'll answer that in 1 second. Thank you for that.
Champion Hulk Hogan. Is there a comfort level, Sting, between you and Hulk? There is definitely a comfort level because the Hulkster has proven himself week after week.
And Sting's the champion, right?
He's walking a straight line. Right or wrong?
Is Sting the champ or Hogan the champ? Where's Sting's belt? Who the fuck's the champ in this?
With the Hulkster until we step in the ring. Okay. Just for the record, so everybody knows, tonight you have an opportunity. It's unprecedented with the exception of very few.
Oh, yeah. Hogan's champ. Okay.
But you have the opportunity of becoming the 9-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
I think, did we watch Halloween Havoc 99 last year? I think we might have. 9 times.
And you can bet that the Stinger is back.
I mean, he's already been Sting, Crow Sting, NWO, Wolfpack Sting. Now he's back to regular Sting. They didn't know which way was up back then. It's showtime. Craziest thing he ever did was join the NWO. I thought Sting. It's just ridiculous. Like, well, it's okay because NWO is a babyface faction now. Like, who the fuck is the first family? Who's the first family? I know who Revolution is. What? The Nasty Boys were in 99? Did the Nasties leave and come back, or were they technically under contract at WCW the whole time? And they just turned back up? I think I saw the Nasties up until like 96, and then I feel like they were gone. Crazy. So it's Hugh Morris and the Nasties against like Shane and whatever the fuck. Okay, whatever. Fox Star Killer, I owe you a response to that super chat you sent a while back for $10. Thank you so much for that. And sorry I missed it. You're saying that you had already watched this show as part of your Monday Night Wars viewing project. Currently tuning into November, heading into November 29th, 1999, the night Triple H crashed Stephanie's wedding to Test. I remember that night because I did not watch that live. I recorded Raw, and I was at a birthday party that night for a girl that I kind of liked. So I went to her big party. We went to like a big Japanese steakhouse, had a big fucking shebang. It was so much fun. But I remember missing that night and having to come home and watch the wedding on the VHS tape. That's awesome, Fox Star Killer. I always thought that Test should have been more mad than he was about that. Damn, Barry, you got 620K on your Sting video on your channel? That's fucking nuts. Yeah, Barry's got a channel with some views on it, man. I think technically you probably have more overall views than I do. I just have the original content views. But shit, 620K is good no matter what. Yeah. So Shane Douglas. I forgot who's even in Revolution. Okay. Oh yeah, the other radicals. The fucking midriff. Shane, what are you doing? It's 1999, we're still doing that? That's still a good look? Like, that looks like some 80s shit. Either that or your wife let you do the laundry and you, shrunk everything. That is not a good look. You gotta cover up the belly. This is a terrible song. I don't know what's going on here. It's terrible. So it's Shane Douglas, and not even the Nasty Boy. It's just Knobs. Okay, so it's not the Nasties. It's just Knobs. Sag's not even there. That whole highlight package that I saw earlier, there was no Sags in that? It was just Knobs the whole time? I thought I saw both Nasties. We got Mickey J, referee. All right, it is time for another Frosty 805. I'll be back in a second. All right. He's still Hugh Morris here, right? It's not like Knobs and General Erection or whatever. When was when did all that happen? That must be the next year? I mean, Bill DeMott, arguably, I mean, honestly, is a pretty suitable, I think, replacement for Sags. Oh my God, Shane's got the steps. Ouch. Greg, good grief. That is rough. It's on his leg. Oh my God. Did Shane come in? Was he there just in 99 or did he come in 98? I forgot when Douglas left ECW. I think he kind of opted not to go to WWE. I think he felt like he wasn't going to be used very good there. I think he would have been outshined by Triple H. And buried. It felt like the franchise in ECW, you know, kind of was a counterpart to the game in WWE. Oh, the pit stop. I would not take this move. I would refuse. God, could you imagine having to take that? God damn. So nasty. Smitty, I'm not actually sure if Luger's on the card tonight or not, but I think he's going to make his presence known in that main event. 99. Okay, so he did come in 99. Gotcha. Thank you, Mohabban. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Nice. Nice arm drag on Hugh Morris there. This is the main event right now, right? And No Mercy, so you're probably looking at like a 2.5 hour card here. Oh, no, it's not the main event. They got the other one. Never mind. It's going to be a 3-hour show. They got Paige and what's-his-face up there coming up. Oh, my God. I mean, I commend Joe Hendry big time for getting himself over. What does he offer other than the song, you know? He's got charisma. I like the little concert he played. How good is he in the ring, though? And plus, he's got some handles that you can love. I'm not the only one to notice that either, right? I'm kidding. We all have those. Oh. Fucking Knobs back in 99. Was just this was not deleted from my memory bank. I was kind of not aware of this. All right. Intentionally blocked it out. Jimmy Hart back with the nasties is just crazy. Because Jimmy wasn't managing the nasties, was he? When they came into WCW, he was just managing them in WWE. Was he with them? He might have been. I don't remember. What the hell am I doing? No, I don't want that.
That's an advantage that the first family has. Jimmy Hart's interference, I guess it's legal in this match. It's no disqualification. You gotta give him a lot of credit here, Brain, because Jimmy Hart is not a big guy at all, but he is not afraid to get involved in the match. Well, sometimes he'll even get close enough and sacrifice himself. He don't let those men put his hands on him, knowing that his partner's gonna come from behind and nail him. All he wants to do is make money. All he wants to do is win. That's why he's been so successful these years, Jimmy Hart.
Look at Bobby putting over Jimmy. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Missy Hyatt managed them in WCW, even in like 96 and 5 and shit? Because weren't they still there, like feuding with like Harlem Heat and stuff? And like 96? I thought they were still there. Didn't Nasty, because so Missy Hyatt wasn't out there for like the Nasties versus the Outsiders, was she? How did I forget that? That must have been earlier. I remember we watched that match just a few months back. We watched a WCW show, and it was like Harlem Heat and Nasties in like a hardcore crazy match, and Sherry was in the concessions area fighting, getting damn near naked. I'm wondering if the Nasties were by themselves for that, right? I guess. Unless Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart might have been there. Gotcha. Managed them in 93, fired in 94. They had no manager after that until they turned face in the fall of 94. Gotcha. Yeah, I barely remember them. See, I don't remember their early days after they left WWE, their first year or two. I don't really have concrete memories of the Nasties until, oh my God, a little bit later on. Nice. Big moonsault. Pins Malenki. This is going to be a team, huh? The new Nasty Boys. New Nasty Boys. Killer Cam, appreciate the $2. You're chilling outside, Raleigh. Nice. Say hello to the triangle. Is the Angus barn still in Cary, Killer Cam? Is it still there? Your winner, Humorous and Knobs. I like that Humorous looks sad. It is? Nice. Oh, there's Julia, by the way. Had a feeling she was going to be there. So Roxanne must have won. How gorgeous is Julia? Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, we're hearing reports that Julia was on her way over here to the States, so it only made sense that she was going to be turning up here at No Mercy as Roxanne holds the championship. Roxanne's another one who I just really like. She's great and everything. She just looks like a child to me. She has a child face. She looks like she's 9 with makeup on. But she's good. She's really good. All right, TV title on the line. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, Perry Saturn. Who's his opponent gonna be? Or maybe he's the champ. I don't even know. That's what's great about these. I love kind of not knowing. Perry Saturn. Braun Breaker's dad, Perry Saturn. They love the little cutoff shirt. Not a good look for men. Don't wear belly shirts. That's not for us. That's not our style. Women can pull it off. We cannot. And we need to stop trying. You can't head on my midriff. Yeah, this is definitely a network dub. I always liked Perry Saturn's music. Thought it was good. Yes, Julia has arrived. It was good to see her. I just a minute ago added NXT No Mercy to the title of the video here. Like, just to let people know we are eyeballing the show. Now, who's he? Oh, he's facing the dog face. I thought you meant Perry Saturn was Braun Breaker's dad. I'm like, yeah, I guess that could work. They're both super orange. Just like Dom makes more sense to be Eddie's child than Ray's. You hated the mop gimmick. See, I didn't mind the mop gimmick. The mop gimmick, I guess, was like a punishment for Saturn being difficult and shit, but he got it over, and I thought it was funny because Saturn was such a funny guy. It's when he's talking about Moppy with that Google eye of his, you know, there's nothing more entertaining. He sports entertained me with that mop. Moppy. I mean, in WCW, Chavo Guerrero had Pepe. It's like the same thing, right? You know? Mankind had Socko. What's the difference between a sock and a mop? Why is one weird and the other's not? You know? So I didn't mind Moppy so much. They did wood chip poor Moppy. See, I wanted to see Saturn like full-blown fall in love with Moppy. Like marry Moppy and like try to have kids with it. That would be great. I keep trying, but Moppy cannot get pregnant no matter how hard I try. I'm like, how are you trying? Do you have splinters? Like, I wanted to see him go, like, all the way with it. Like Perry Saturn taking Moppy to prom, all that stuff. The whole shebang, the whole nine. Ever seen that kayfabe commentary shoot interview with Perry Saturn maybe like 12 years ago? Oh my God. It is something to behold. Some of those stories he told about these days. It's a classy watch. Let's just put it that way. Nick Patrick, if I didn't hate the way you looked before, I'm really not a fan of it now. You notice how WCW went for the pins, went for the zebra stripes? WWE, I think it was WWE was doing the blue shirt and bow tie. WCW was doing the stripes. Then WWE started doing the stripes. WCW started doing the blue shirt and bow tie. Now WCW is doing the stripes. Neither company could figure out how they wanted the referees to look. I thought they should have just put them all in raccoon costumes and just ref that way. But they never took my ideas. Look at that guy in the front row. He's got one of those original. This is right around the same time that those belts came out. Those first ever replica belts. And I was able to get one. And nowadays, like, fans today will never understand like how special it actually used to be to have a replica belt. Now they're all available to anyone. Anybody can get one. So walking around the arena with your replica belt, so what? Anybody can pull up their phone and go, boom, order me a replica belt. It's not special. But back in these days, when I took my replica belt to a show, holy shit. Mobbed by people. I want to touch it. Where'd you get it? Let me see it. Can I hold it? Can I take a picture with it? Let me show my friend. Oh my God. It was like, you were a celebrity. You're a celebrity. Walking around with that shit. Because, like, not many of them existed. And so fans were just blown away. I was blown away. That's why I was the first one to buy one. Because the minute I saw that something like that was available, I'm like, gotta have it. So as soon as I was able to find like an ad in a magazine, I sent away a couple $100, whatever it was, I think 300, and got my big gold sent back to me. Shortly after that, I got that the television title that's on the line right now in this match. It's on the wall. That belt is 25 years old too. God, I feel bad. I didn't hear who they were talking about. They're talking about somebody who passed away. We're about a month away from Gorilla Monsoon passing away too. I didn't hear who Bobby Tenay and Shivani were talking about there. Nice bump by Saturn there. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you're diagnosed with CTE, the diagnosis isn't going to tell you where and when it happened. I mean, I think a lot of CTE injuries and stuff with wrestlers and football players is just built up over time. Maybe not one specific thing. Chair shots, I'm sure, don't help. But it's also everything else. Just your bumps, just landing. You know, you don't have to necessarily hit your head per se. Just the art of landing juggles your brain around. Just taking bumps. Killer Cam, do the Hardys work in NXT? They might. I mean, I think they're in TNA right now. They resurfaced there. I saw the big three-way, I believe in the Hardys. That was kind of fun. The Hardys did the Joe Henry song with him, which was fun. But it could be a bridge, you know, that first step, getting into TNA, and then maybe resurfacing in the company. Oh, We Are Pro Wrestling probably was. Brian Hildebrand passed away September 8th, and this show, I think, was a few days after. Yeah. That makes sense that it was, they were talking about him. What's the date on this show? September 12th. Yeah, so he died 4 days earlier. That's really sad. Yes, Julia did show up on NXT at the end of the Roxanne match. So there's another. So the replica belts are starting to make the rounds now. So maybe it was the year before. My year's off, so I see a U.S. title now. So now it feels like they're a little bit more common. But I'm telling you, I was one of the first ones to be walking through an arena with a replica belt. I'll just never forget it because fans could not control themselves. They were like shitting their pants. Are you a No, I took it. That's another thing we would do. I would like walk up from my seat to the... I'll never forget, I walked up to get like a drink or a beer or something from the concession stands. This is a WWE show, and I've got my big gold belt, and I walk up to the concession stand, go up to order, and the girl asks me if I'm a wrestler and if I have a match later. And I said no, but like I wish I could go back in time and be like, hell yeah, I got a match later, come on down and watch me. I should have been like, yeah, I'm in the main event. I'm just walking around here amongst the humanoids ordering popcorn because that's what wrestlers would do. I just laughed that she thought, I'm like, you know that they have their whole backstage area for that stuff, right? They're not going to be coming out here ordering a Coke from you. But she saw the belt and asked me if I had a match later. I'm like, yeah? I should have said that. Nice belly to belly onto Saturn there. All these radicals will be off to extremely greener pastures in just a little while. I mean, think about that. So much is going to transpire. You know, Russo's going to come in next month and be immediately ousted by the end of the year, putting Sullivan back in charge, and that's when the radicals bounce. I love that Russo can sit here and talk like he knows shit. And I'm like, dude, you were a fucking disaster. Everywhere you went. You were disliked, you were loathed. You fucked everything up, you're a goddamn idiot. And now you talk like you're some genius. Bro, WWE, you just gotta hire me, I'll fix everything. Yeah, you've shown you've got a great track record of doing that. Why does Nick Patrick look so terrible with that mustache? Is this guy married? Is his wife into that? Does Nick Patrick come strutting in with that mustache? He's like, ooh, yeah, give it to me, baby. And like, no way. He's got to be single. If he's got a wife, I'd like to know what kind of bet she lost. Duh. That was the driver, but he wasted too much time on the cover. No, yeah, you knew Steiner was going to kick out of that. I believe that fucking Robbie could kick out of a DVD, one of them. Dogface is definitely tough enough for that. Maybe not a second one. Remember that match he beat Bagwell and Big Show in like the same match for the titles? He's going for that bulldog, but Saturn is not in position. Yeah, Steiner went up to the rope to do the bulldog when Saturn wasn't even close to position where he would want him to be for that bulldog. I'm like, well, why are you going up to the top rope then? Oh. Here, now he's going for the bulldog. I feel like that might be it. It is, yeah. Puts down Saturn. TV champ. All right, here comes Joe Henry. Yeah, see, and the handles, man. He's got them handles. Are they playing the song? Is that why the fans are doing this with their hands? $150 is all I paid for that belt? Well, I guess, yeah, for inflation, that makes a little bit more sense. I didn't think it was $300. But yeah, I bought them both. Barry says I should refuse service to anyone with WCW merch. They wouldn't do that to me. Plus, you think those ticket agents at the fucking door who work every event, every concert, give a shit what people are walking in with?
I will not stab the stinger in the back. And I want to tell you something, Mean Gene. You know me as good as anybody out there. I just don't do things, brother. I plan things. And if I want,
you know what I'm really worried about, guys? Anybody know how old Hulk Hogan is in this interview here? Anybody got a number on that? Tell me he's not younger than me. Yes, I did see, Ryan, that Victoria has signed and inked up a Legends deal with the company. That's great. Oh, I didn't know that, Alan Carter. Steiner had a Welcome to the Jungle ripoff, and it's still there. I wasn't... We are pro wrestling. Well, that's the exact age that I am right now, and on Friday, I will be 47. So I'm older. I'm older right now than Hulk Hogan is there. I don't like that, guys. I don't like that I'm older than this man right here. 190%. Can you be 190%? Oh my God, did Joe Henry do the turn when they did the introduction? If I started getting momentum, getting over, and creating buzz, I would be incessantly and obsessively working on my physique and my ring work. I'd be in the gym every fucking day. I'd be maximizing my look, my potential, my exposure, everything I can do. I'd be doing so many goddamn sit-ups that I'd be showing up to fucking NXT with a 12-pack abs. Oh, I didn't realize this is a three-way. Oh, no, it's not. Trick Williams is the ref? Okay, so Trick's the ref here. Okay, whatever. This match in the ring, I cannot see being good. Ethan Page and Joe Henry. Maybe they'll surprise us here, but I don't think we're going to get a Meltzer 6-star classic here. Hogan turned 46 the day before. Okay, so Hogan and I are like just a week apart. Hogan is a Virgo like me? Really? I did not know that. He's talking to Okerlund? Oh, no. He's born August 11th. He's born in August, not September. So it's like a month before, not 2 days before.
He is still not at the arena. He still not has arrived. He's scheduled to go up next. We've been told that a wrestler, as we said once again, has stepped up to the plate and said he will go in and face Berlin. Who that is, we don't know. But it's time to go to the ring.
Okay, so we're getting so Berlin has a mystery opponent? Am I hearing that right? Oh, he gets, this is timeless Alex Wright. Berlin. You know, he's got his bodyguard, the Wall, right? I always thought that was pretty funny. People like the Wall. He had a stupid-ass name. I mean, it fit the Berlin thing, but, like, when he started going in on his own, the Wall, and having some matches and stuff, I'm like... What I need is Gunther showing up and beating the shit out of both these guys. I hope Gunther's the mystery opponent. Oh, it's Hacksaw? Well, thanks for ruining it for us. Or for me. So why does he have the sideburn here, but nothing above or below it? This is one of the worst haircuts I've ever seen. Is he gonna dance? Allergic to dancing? Has anyone heard from Buff? I don't care if we hear from Buff Bagwell or not. That's horrible facial hair, man. Horrible. That's awful. You look like a complete dumbass. Oh, okay, so Bagwell's not there. It's supposed to be him. Anybody know the story on this? Was there a real reason why Buff wasn't there, or they just... Okay, so it's going to be Hacksaw. Has he gone bad yet? When does Hacksaw become Team Canada? That's got to be the next year. That's got to be next year. Otherwise, that would have already had to run its course by now, and I don't feel like it had. I loved it. Duggan was Team Canada for a while there. It was so great. Duggan's music was just terrible. It was just so, like, public domain shitty, you know? Yeah, Patriot. Foxstar, thanks for the 5. It was supposed to be Berlin and Buff. According to Brian Alvarez, Bagwell complained about doing the job, so they replaced him. Cool. I don't want to do a job, man. Buff, you suck. Yeah, there's no title on the line here, right? So this is just some bullshit. And Berlin, I would assume, is still extremely young here. He was like 18 in 1994, so, you know, he's probably only 23, 24 years old at the most here. Look at this fucking haircut of his. He walked around public like that, like in airports and shit? Like went into restaurants and ordered coffee and they served him? They wouldn't be like, no, sorry, sir, you can't come in looking like that. We have standards here. Oh my God, he looks terrible. He looks like a dildo. Oh my God, Duggan manhandling Berlin. I mean, his run, Alex Wright's run in pro wrestling was just WCW, right? I mean, he came in as a child, you know, like 18 after working, I guess, a little bit in Germany, and he was there the whole time, right? From 1994 all the way through, I think, till the buyout? Was he still a part of WCW when they sold? That would put him there for about 6.5, maybe close to 7 years in one company, and then he never did anything again. I mean, not in the mainstream anyway. Never went to WWE, and I don't know why. I mean, Undertaker and Stone Cold probably would have been salivating at the chance to Stone Cold stun this little twerp or choke slam. No, sir. Doesn't look like they get a lot of sunlight in Germany. You don't see very many tanned bodies coming out of there. It's gloomy up there, ain't it? Mm. Nice. I mean, Duggan, he's 99 here. I mean, to me, he's 6 to 8 years past his prime. He's still looking pretty good physically. And he was another guy. He showed up in, what, 94? So Duggan's put 5 years in. How crazy is that? Duggan, virtually, maybe not even virtually, or technically, I think he did. I'm pretty sure he put more time in WCW than he did WWE. WWE, his run would have been from like 87. Then he got busted with the Iron Sheik, came back a little while later to like 93. So probably looking 5-6 years. He came in, I think in what, 94, squashed Austin or something, right? And now it's 99. So he's got 5 years in at this point. And that's just crazy to me.
Big man, he's hard to keep down. But when he's smart, he won't let him get up to his feet. Look at the size of the hands on this guy. Maybe nothing he can do about it.
Come on, Duggan.
Anyway. Like it or not, if Berlin holds on, you can see the back of Berlin as he's hit the ropes very hard a couple of times already. Still nothing about Bagwell. That's amazing.
Nothing about, they're all like acting like, oh, nothing about Bagwell. We don't know where he is. What the fuck's going on? Oh, okay. Russo's gonna relegate him to a janitor. I remember that. I remember he was wearing those coveralls. I couldn't remember why. That's right. They got Hacksaw cleaning the shitters. That's funny. Well, props to you, Foxstar Killer, for committing to that. I mean, you're getting through it. You're plugging away. Anybody know what Alex Wright is doing these days? I was going to ask how old he is, and We Are Pro Wrestling's already said he's 49, so he's older than me. Yeah, I was in my junior year, and I was in my senior year in 94. Graduated in 95. Graduated at 7. Anybody else graduate high school at 17? I did. I feel like that was too young. I started high school. I was in the 9th grade at age 13. It's just like, what? I'm like, I was a 13-year-old freshman. I'm like, it just doesn't sound right, you know? I like Trick's ref style, you know, kind of with the unbuttoned shirt. It's sexy. It's what I do. Yeah, I was the youngest of all my friends. I was the last one to get a driver's license, you know, because I just my birthday came after everyone's. I kind of wish I would have been, like when I was young, held back or something, or started kindergarten when I was, you know, a year older or something, just so I could be more in line with some of these birthdays. But I would have benefited from being 18 and graduating instead of 17. I would have benefited from being a year older than I was for everything I did, to be honest. I think I hit everything a little bit too early. I wasn't ready for it. Oh. There's the Wall finally making an appearance. Look at that beautiful big gold in the front row. And the Wall, unfortunately, passed away. And he had a couple of good... Who did the Wall feud with? Didn't he have some matches, right? I remember him on pay-per-view having a match with somebody. I don't remember who, but it feels like he was doing some stuff. Oh, rude awakening to Jim. And he beats him. And I'm pretty sure we had lost Ravishing Rick Rude earlier on in the year too, right?
Thanks to the bodyguard. To find out a little more about this bodyguard, his name and where he's from. Instrumental in Berlin's debut win.
Who was it? Somebody else died. It might have been Rude. I can't remember whose death. It might have been Rude. Somebody died right before Owen's death. Owen's accident. And it kind of... Owen overshadowed it. It might have been Rude. Yeah, you won, Berlin. It was interesting to see Duggan again. There's Bagwell. Oh, he's just getting here now? That's Mike Graham. Wow. This is Mike Graham he's talking to. Mike Graham's another one who's no longer with us. It's Grahams and them Von Erichs, man. Some gnarly shit. Unfortunate stuff. It's a plane. So Bagwell's trying to say his plane was delayed. It's all right, Duggan. Here's Bagwell. What's he doing with his Hilfiger outfit? Oh, he's hugging Duggan. Thanks. Thanks for doing a job for me, man. He's get the fuck off me, man. Look at him. Duggan's pissed. You didn't want to do the job. He made me come out here. I love it. They just cut out of that. Oh, Barry, Julia's got a track record, man. Coming from Stardom. And then when Rossi broke away and looks like he's intending to start his own shit, you could tell there's some sort of agreement with him in WWE, and WWE was going to get their hands on Julia the minute all that shit went down. Oh my God, what a razor's edge from Ethan Page to Joe. 2, 3, and Ethan Page just won the match. I didn't catch what happened before that razor's edge, but that was a gnarly one. Trick doesn't look happy about it. Ethan Page is laughing at him. That's pretty funny. Booker T, you still gotta be G.I. Bro first before you win any championships. It's so messed up.
Title reign number 8 for Harlem Heat was short-lived. It was 9 days. They won the World Tag Team titles back in World Wild, then lost them on a subsequent night.
Yeah, Barry, I don't really have much time for Stardom. I don't follow the Joshi scene, but whenever, you know, that scene spits out a star, you know, we tend to get to see them, and there's been some good ones, man. Look at what Mariah May's doing, you know, in AEW. Tremendous. Look at Dave Penzer, what he's rocking. Look at that outfit on him. Oh, is that... Oh, shit. We Are Pro Wrestling. That might be why they're wearing those ribbons, right? Remember I was making the comment at the beginning of the show, like, Bobby's look like it's a gun. I think the ribbons are for Mark Curtis, Brian Hildebrand. Didn't think about that. That's why Penzer's wearing it, too. It's gotta be. The Wyndhams. Damn, that guy in the crowd looks like a Wyndham, doesn't he? Alright, this rap is crap. I forgot what... Kendall William did some time. Kendall Wyndham, I forgot what he did. This rap is crap. I mean, I guess it was mildly funny, but... Like, I think country is so much worse, you know? So, I never got behind this. I thought the song was, like, mildly funny, but... I always thought, like, gimmicks like that gave, you know... I'm not saying anything about the Wyndhams or Hennig. I would never do that. But sometimes I wonder if, you know, these things, like, kind of give people an excuse to unleash their hidden racism that lives inside of them, you know. Gives them a reason to let some of that out. But Hennig, he is a good old boy. He hunts. He was always real big into hunting in the outdoors and all that. You wouldn't know it from the Mr. Perfect gimmick, but he's a hillbilly. Counterfeiting money, that's what it was. I was thinking it was embezzlement, but I'm getting that conflated, I think, with what's going on with the DiBiase's. Yeah, it was the counterfeiting of the money. Blackjack was busted with that, too. I remember when that happened. Look at Booker. Booker's in fucking shape, man. I mean, honestly, I thought it was kind of cool to see Barry Windham in the company. Now, he was just in WWE doing that NWA thing. He was there for a while. Then he was a part of the new Blackjacks with Bradshaw. But coming back to WCW was... Even in 99, when I wasn't paying much attention to them, I smiled at the idea of Barry Windham being back in WCW. I just, you know, Barry Windham is one of my favorites. I mean, he's very old here, or older. I guess he's not old, but old by today's standards, no, but old by 99 standards, yes. Fresh off a run as the Stalker and as a new Blackjack in WWE. Now he's a West Texas redneck. From West Texas. Texas and California, we're the two big boys in this country. We occupy a lot of space. To the point where you have to talk about West Texas, East Texas, North Texas, South Texas, Northern California, Southern California. Although we don't have much of an East and West here. We're pretty narrow. We're more North and South. Oh, really, Foxer? See, I didn't know that. So this Good Old Boys theme that they came out to was put on them because Rap is Crap got over with these guys were supposed to be heels. Yeah, Rap is Crap did get over. Rap is Crap. But I just didn't quite get it, you know, and I mean, even though that was all entertaining, I'm like, okay, well, what's the point here? You're singing about Rap is Crap in a wrestling angle. To feud with who? Just black guys? You know, there can be a lot of white wrestlers that like rap music that might want to rush to Rap's defense as well. I don't know why they just have to face Harlem Heat during this, but I think there's plenty of wrestlers on that roster in WCW at this time that were humongous rap fans that should be coming for the good old boys, or the West Texas rednecks. I'll take rap over country any day of the fucking week. I'd take the worst rap over the best country any day of the week. God, Kendall's got them long stems on him. Jesus. By hearing Bobby Heenan say that is hilarious. Be careful of the Wyndhams. They sound like a family that lives up in the top of the hill that nobody wants to talk to. Beware of the Wyndhams. That's fucking funny. Bobby, if you only knew how crazy the Wyndhams would get. Wait till they start crossbreeding with them Rotundos. Then you're going to have some fun. Yeah, Mike Rowe. Yeah, I'll take some Conway Twitty. Hell yeah. I should not be too hard on country. I'm sure there are aspects of it, and some of it, especially back in the day, that I could respect the artistic value of it, but... And I don't believe that country is only about singing about trucks, but it's definitely singing about girls. I've never heard a country song that's not about love. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but it's always about love or some woman or something. Like, y'all got one about baseball? Y'all got any wrestling country songs? Other than Rap is Crap? Hennig in the hat, though. He looks more like Crocodile Dundee to me than a West Texas redneck. He looks Australian. He looks like Outback Jack out there. That's who Hennig looks like. He's got shrimp all over his Barbie. Nice. God, Booker with those kicks. The flexibility in that man. Unbelievable. Because Booker T was big. He was tall and he had size. And he could move his legs with the flexibility almost of a Rob Van Dam. Speaking of which. All right, looks like No Mercy's over. I can shut this off. All right, off you go, Peacock. I low-key like Crocodile Dundee 2 more than 1. For those of you who have seen those movies. Max Pokebra. Has 47-year-old Greg Morgan ever heard of Johnny Cash? I think so, yeah. Heard of him once. Yeah, heard of him once. I like Johnny Cash, but I was never, like, just a huge fan. I totally buy into his icon status and all that, but just... I'm seldomly rocking his shit. But I get it. I get Johnny Cash. I get him. Every fucking kid I knew, every friend I had that poster in their apartment. I think I was the only one that didn't have the middle finger. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. I don't know what. Wyndham came in hard and turned Booker inside out. Hennig comes in with two little short little punches to Booker's head. That was funny. Over the top goes Booker. And right at the feet of Mr. Perfect. Oh, girl, get out of the way. This lady in the front row is having a blast. Look at her. She's holding Booker T's arm so she can take a picture. Hold still, Booker. Oh, she is my favorite. She's showing no fear. Look at her getting in there. Yeah. Oh, man. Lady in the orange in the front row. She's getting her shots. Can anybody find her? Anybody know her name? Let's find her social media and see if she has the pictures from the show. Because I want to see these. She's getting some shots. I wish there was a way to know audience members' names so you could look them up. Yeah, Wyndham loves a superplex. He's always been doing a superplex. Wyndham is in the fat kid who wears a t-shirt into the pool stage of his career. But that's all right. Barry's a legend. He can do what he wants. Oh, we have Juliet's got 5 for us. The reason there was no bloodline in Germany was because most of the family was at Offa's funeral. Yeah, that's probably true. But then again, a lot of that card was kind of booked without them anyway. Maybe they would have brought them in to like run out there during the Cody and Owens match maybe, but the funeral kept them there. Congrats to Triple H's daughter. One of them, apparently, he left Germany early to get home so he could see his daughter off to college. The fact that Triple H and Steph have a kid going to school doesn't make me feel good for my old age. Y'all are going to watch me die on camera. You know that, right? Like, it's going to be, 50 years from now. And, well, no, 40. No, 30. When I'm like late 70s, early 80s, and I'm up here, we're talking about wrestling, and I'm trembling, and I'm drinking my Metamucil. I'm probably just going to keel over right here. Right live on fucking YouTube. It's going to be up to y'all to phone the authorities and send them here to retrieve me. I know that's dark, but it's probably going to happen. Don't worry, it's like 35 years away. Right around the time Halley's Comet shows back up. That's probably when that's going to happen. We tried to watch it, came through. I remember I was like 8 or 9 years old. I want to say 85 or 86. And we went out on the back deck and like laid on the wooden deck and like looked up. But it was kind of overcast or something. We didn't get a good shot of it. I didn't see it. But we were trying to be outside the night that it passed. Or during the time that it was visible. I never saw it. He's beat. Come on, the Wyndhams. Was there any other Wyndhams other than Kendall and Barry? Blackjack have any others? Because, this is just a large family. Blackjack was huge. These two guys are big. Silverman, I think, has got a black little stripe. I think the refs are wearing maybe a black band or something on their gear. Hopefully all of this is for Hildebrand. Jeez. Oh, I remember why I didn't watch this pay-per-view now. I was in the middle of the Great Flood in North Carolina. I was probably stranded in my apartment around this time, or at this time, because I know it was a week after my birthday, with no electricity and a rising river, and no stores were open. You couldn't drive. Roads were washed out. Oh, cowbell to the head. So that explains why I didn't watch this one that year. Come on, Silverman, turn around. You got Kendall on a Stevie Ray Booker's taking... Oh, Booker's going to come off with the leg drop. No, he's not. Wow, drop kick. Nice transition there for Booker. Yes. Harlem Heat wins. I think he was probably maybe going to come off with that spinning leg drop. Kendall got up. And he was able to improvise and hit him with a missile droppy instead. Wasn't it true that Mr. Perfect was supposed to win a Royal Rumble? I don't know. If he did, he would have to win. It would have had to been probably 1990 or 91. Both of those Hogan won. He wasn't in any others that he would really be a factor. And I mean, maybe 93, but 93 would have been great. Been Perfect winning instead of Brett, and then or instead of Yoko. Then instead of doing Brett and Perfect at King of the Ring, you do Brett and Perfect in the main event of WrestleMania 9. Give me that all day. Oh, cool. It's time for the Sid match. So help me out. Has Goldberg already turned heel? Or is he about, does he turn heel the next year? He hasn't turned heel yet, right? Unless he's heel now. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Sid building up the winning streak.
Well, Mr. Millennium Man, I'm not standing out. I'm stepping up. I am going to be the next U.S. champion.
Help me out. How many times does Sid win the big gold? Twice? Does he win 2 times? And he's battling for the U.S. title here. So Benoit and Sid battling for the U.S., but then at the beginning of 2000, they battle for the world title, right? And Benoit beats him. He was still in good shape. I remember thinking at this time in like 99, Sid is like, you know, past his prime, but what did he really need to do? It's not like Sid had some crazy, unique move set that he needed to be in tip-top shape for. He's just a fucking big man, throwing punches and kicks. I remember thinking he was like so washed up at this time, but he wasn't. He looked great. I was an idiot for thinking that. He still looks the exact same. Still ripped, jacked. Looks maybe a little older in the face, but not really. Look at this. Look at him. Here's our thumbnail right here. This can't be his music. This is the worst song I've ever heard. This like sounds some like 80s pop music. Nothing beats that Jim Johnson Psycho Sid theme from WWE. That is so good. Okay, back to back. Yeah, I knew they were rapid, so twice. January 24th and of Nitro, and then January 26th of Thunder. Goldberg turns heel at Great American Bash, so that's a ways off. That's going to be the summer. That's almost a year later. Holy shit, okay. That's a ways off. Yeah, I think we're going to do a Fall Brawl next week, too. I like these WCW shows. We'll look at 94 or 93. I'll look at those cards. This music, what is going on? This sounds like something I would play during my countdown screen before I come live. Good micro commentary starting soon. Ding, 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 ding. That's the way the fucking song sounded. Oh man, we're not getting the Benoit theme, are we? Either. Unless this is the Revolution theme. I was really hoping to hear Benoit's WCW theme. I thought it was good. Dun, 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 dun. I liked it. I always liked it. But whatever this music is ass. Yeah, this is a network dub from fucking hell. Foxstar Killer, thanks for the $5. Hate this network dub. His actual theme music from this time was a remake of the Sid theme set to a sampling of the Scorpions' China White. Yes, I remember. Yeah, see, I watched so little of them that I kind of forgot about that, but I remember that theme now. And Benoit's I always liked. Sid to me just looked a little thicker in the neck or something. To me, he just looked a little different, but look at the fucking size of him. I kind of wish Sid was in WWE around this time. I think it would have been fun if he was there in 99 or 98. Refereeing an Undertaker Kane match or something. Or use him as a manager. Fucking 7-foot manager. Lord, this man is humongous. Yes. Next Sunday night, Rams, Lions. God, the Lions have got to have a good year this year. They better. I think that game's in Detroit, right? Because if, I think LA and Raiders, I think, might play in SoFi. I hope that game's in Detroit. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, we're going to have football on the TV next week for whatever we watch. So Sid is still a year and some months away from doing that horrific damage to his leg. And I have half the brain that you do. Oh, really? That's so bizarre. So Foxstar Killer sending us $5 more to tell us, thankfully, both the Road Wild before this and Mayhem pay-per-view in November left Sid's theme song alone, which is crazy. Like, then what's the thought process behind network dubbing some stuff and not the other? Or is it just some automated bullshit they're doing? There's a lady with the camera there. She's my favorite. Look at her getting right in there. Yeah. Come on, Benoit. Show me cranky. Show me angry. Show me happy. Look at her. Look at her. Psh, psh. Oh, she's great. The best was when Booker T was on the barricade and she holds his arm to hold him in place so she could take the picture. That was one of my favorite fan pops ever. What do you think her name is? Not Karen. She's too cool for a Karen. Maybe like a Marie or something. Maybe something crazy like, I don't know, like a Juliet. I don't know. Something really weird, you know? That's a Heenanism. Her name could be Helen. She looks like a Helen, kind of. Might be Helen. Victor's here. I'm glad you, did you watch No Mercy? How did we enjoy it? Well, I was just eyeballing it. I couldn't really tell if I enjoyed it or not. But Fall Brawl's been good. I've never seen this show. I was going through a fucking natural disaster at the time of the show's airing. I was stranded in an apartment with no electricity and roads flooded and couldn't do nothing. So at the time of the show airing, I had much bigger fish to fry in my life. God damn.
screaming obscenities at Sid Vicious, trying to do the intimidation his own way. There's the arms reaching up, breaking the man. The long reach of Sid Vicious coming into play. And are you surprised that the cover did not lay back with an Indian?
Juliet, you were not there. So that's not you in the front row. Okay. Because if it was, I'd be like, send me them pictures. I got to see them. That woman is getting some quality shots. That's one thing that Sid did good. I liked his corner kicks. I mean, it's helping that Benoit's selling the dog shit out of him, but also he had good snap on them. Like, they were still wrestling kicks, you know, but they were... It was one thing he did relatively well. He didn't have the greatest punches, neither did Luger. Luger had shit punches. Sid's was a little better because he would wind up hard, but there was never much of a follow-through. He'd stop as soon as he hit. Ring post-mania. Holy Christmas. That's classic. Oh, yeah, there you go. Pin his legs in there. Damn. Yeah, what's with the speakers? WCW would always have audio speakers on the floor for their shows. I never went to a televised WCW show. Went to a house show. Never went to a televised anything for WCW. Only house show. And it was a good house show. Oh. Oh, nice. German to Sid. Ouch. And help me out, too. Isn't Bret Hart on the verge of winning the title? When does that happen? I feel like that happens in 99. Right after Russo and Ferrari get there, I guess. I think it's like the November pay-per-view or something, right? And then he must drop it pretty rapidly because then Sid's winning it back in January. Sid and Bret don't hook back up like it's fucking It's Time 1996, do they? I don't know WCW's history that well. I kind of vaguely have it placed, but I don't know its specific. I don't know the specifics. Ooh, $1 Million Dream. Cobra Clutch. Sid has one elbow pad. Only one. He wouldn't look right without that yellow thing on the back of his elbow pad. If he came out there in just a regular black elbow pad, I'd be like, Sid, where's your yellow thing? Your yellow thing's not there. And you can't be Psycho Sid without it. It's wild that this is 25 years ago. I mean, shit, Sid died at what, age 63? So he's 38 here? What? Jesus Christ. He's in his prime. He's younger than Cody. I'm thinking Sid's past his prime. He's like the same age or younger than Cody Rhodes, is he not? That is nuts. I can't. even wrap my head around that. Big sunset. No way. Too close to the ropes. Sid's like, here, eat my balls. Yeah, I want the name of that elbow pad in case I want to dress up as Sid for Halloween. Because he and I have pretty much the same physique. We look exactly the same with our shirts off. But I will need to figure out something about the hair. Other than that, we're pretty much identical twins. Sid. Oh. Dropkick on the leg. Smart. Sid's tag's hanging out. Fix your tag, man. Crossface. Crossy. He's tapping. He just tapped. Yeah, I think he forgot. That don't be... Look like a tap out to me. Oh, my God. Down he goes. Nope, Sid's got his foot on the rope. Andy Linnell, I don't know if I see Kevin Owens going to AEW. I think he should stick around, and I think he's in a perfect position right now to have a quick run with the title. I pitched that he beats Cody and loses it back to him like the Royal Rumble or something, and then Cody goes into Mania as champion. Put another title win on Owens. Otherwise, if you turn him heel and he doesn't win the title, what was the point of turning him heel? So I feel like he has a legitimate chance to maybe win the title here sometime this fall. In a major upset, shock the world, only to drop it back to Cody. Big headbutt coming in. He moved. It's alive again. Sid. Oh, down he goes. Power bomb. New United States champion. I'm so glad that we watched a show tonight where Sid not only has a match, but wins a match and wins a championship. Who's going to stop him? Dude, we still have Goldberg and DDP and Hogan and Sting. They fit all this shit in 40 minutes, 38 minutes? All right. This music. Do you hear this? Doesn't it sound like what I make y'all listen to before I go live? That's hilarious. I pay $15 a month for my music licensing. I don't know what this shit cost. Oh yeah, I know, Steven, what's up? The matches aren't like long, but I'm talking like entrances, video package, the whole deal, the aftermath. I mean, just the process of going through all of that and doing it twice in 35 minutes is going to be quick. At least we're not going to have to suffer through 30 minutes of a Goldberg match, and that's good. Oh, you're going to be 37 in 12 days. Well, shout out to the Virgos. I will be 47 in 5 days, which sucks. All right. DDP and his weird ass. Oh, yeah, the Triad. Oh, this music. he a heel here? DDP? I think he is, right? Or maybe he's not. I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is when he's got this haircut. So have we done... When's David Arquette? Has that already happened? Has he already done the thing with the Ready to Rumble belt? We've gone through all that already? Or is that next year? Ready to Rumble is not that bad. I mean, it's a stupid-ass movie, but there's worse wrestling movies than that one. At least that one's got some decent actors in it. Oliver Platt, Scott Caan, Arquette. Oh, you're just a two-time. And here comes Goldberg. So he's already hurt his hand and shit, right? He's back from that, right? That's all happened already. Who's next? Ooh, I like that lady dressed as Sting. That looks cool. Here he comes. He's got cops with him for his own protection. Because some old lady could jump the barricade and attack Goldberg and really injure him before he goes into the ring. So the cops are there to protect Goldberg from the old ladies, who will fuck him up something good if they get their hands on him. Yeah, back up. Get inside your... you got to get inside those fireworks if you want to snort the smoke out. I'm very glad my refrigerator is close. God, he's huge. Yeah, I missed a lot of No Mercy. I just turned it on right before we went live, so I basically missed the first hour, so I didn't see any Chase U stuff on there. All right, Page and Goldberg rematch from last year's debacle at Halloween Havoc, which we've also watched here on the channel. I watched Halloween Havoc live on pay-per-view that night, and I didn't get the match shut off. I was able to watch the whole thing. I wasn't even aware there was a problem until the next night on Nitro. Oh, no, it's coming. So Goldberg does the hand thing in December. Okay. So it's when he comes back. That's when they kind of turn him heel. Okay. I was thinking he already did. I thought he did it at the end of 98 or something. I'm all messed up. So after he lost the belt to Nash at Starrcade, he never got it back? That was the one run he had? He wrestled all these months, 9 months of the year, and somehow didn't get back to the title? How many matches has he lost since the Nash match at Starrcade the previous year? What's his record looking like in 99? Victor, do I think they should have put the title on DDP at Halloween Havoc 98? That would have been awful. I would have preferred that over Kevin Nash. I still think it would have been a little bit too early to beat Goldberg, but if you were ever going to do it, DDP, I think, should have been the guy. Not Nash. Our homegirl in the front row is up again. She's got that camera out. Helen is on a mission tonight to get the shots she needs.
Hasn't taken his eyes off DDP. See the most amazing athlete you've seen come around here in a long time. Virtual unknown.
Oh, Ridge Holland turned heel at No Mercy. Good for him.
September of '97, coming up with a 2-year
Oh, yeah, the Goldberg and DDP match last year at Halloween Havoc was awesome. Goldberg's best? Okay, undefeated. Okay, I felt like he had to be. How'd they keep him away from the title? What were they... Was he just feuding with other people to keep him busy? Kind of like how WWE did with Undertaker all the time? Yeah, here's Giant Gonzalez. Here's Yokozuna. Here's Kama, the Supreme Fighting Machine. Here's Mabel. Just fight these guys. Don't worry about the title. I'm out of here. They're in the crowd now. Okay, Goldberg doesn't lose another match until Brett beats him in the WCW title tournament not long after Halloween Havoc 99. Okay. Wow. The fuck was he doing all year? How the hell did they... How did he manage to not win the title back if he's been undefeated all year? And Hogan always hogging the title. I mean, how do they go from the finger poke of doom, reforming the original NWO to start the year, and here it is in September, and Hulk's got red and yellow shit on? Oh, there we go. Boom. Brass knuckies or some sort of foreign object to the head of Goldberg, which he sold hilariously. Helen, did you get a shot of that on your phone? Or on your camera? There, she's up. She's getting one now. She goes, here, honey, hold my sign. Let me get this picture. Must get picture. She's way better than me, man. I fucking didn't take a camera to a lot of shows I went to, especially when I was young. Joke.
You never see Goldberg usually in this much trouble. I tell you, I thought maybe Page, after that split punch, would try to win this thing, but he's done everything but that, guys. Maybe he wants to not only be the second man who has a win against Goldberg, maybe he wants to boomerang Goldberg. You know, it's easy to sit here and critique, why doesn't a man do this and that? It's like sitting home watching Jeopardy. You got all the answers, but when you're there, it's a little different. He's in the ring now. His thinking's a little different than I'm sitting there.
Okay, he did take some time off for a Universal Soldier. Okay, so he was off TV a bit. Okay. Big Goldberg chance here. Feels like so far the Halloween Havoc match is largely better than this. I don't think these guys are going to be able to top. Oh, he's trying to... What did he tell Mickey J to do? It's like he almost pointed to his trunks and then referee walked away. Brian Hildebrand would have never done that. He would be like, no. Give me whatever's in your trunks or you're disqualified. Don't make me ask you twice. That's what Mark Curtis would say. You don't remember Goldberg and Universal Soldier? I never saw Universal Soldier, but I remember him doing it, because I remember it being talked about. DDP with the ultimate leverage. Yeah, Goldberg's wrestling more of a normal match here. Look at these out. The referee's doing the hand check here. They gave Goldberg a line? Why'd they do that? Up, Goldberg's up. Page a little bit freaked out. Oh, crowd is up for this. Ooh, nice DDT there. I don't look like Goldberg might have gone for a spine buster. DDP countered into a DDT, and Helen's getting that shot there with her camera. She's right there, man. I want to find this woman, and I want to see these pictures that she took. Oh, here's the Jersey Triad. I forgot about them. It's Canyon and Bam Bam. Oh, what was that? Glass something? Wow, look at there. Kind of a spinning Uranagi. Goldberg kicks out. Pushing the referee around again. Oh, here comes these yahoos. We're going to get a double clothesline or something here. Here we go. Boom. Bam Bam and Canyon down. Page about to eat a spear. Jackhammer his ass. Finish him off. Goldberg is bleeding on his neck and his nose from that glass. Up he goes. Jackie. Man, he might have landed on a piece of that glass, too. That match just had a more of a 1998 WCW vibe than a 99 one. Boom, God, right on the back of the head. It's like a glass like platter, like serving platter of some kind. Page selling the pain on his face. Goldberg demand wins that. That was actually more fun than I thought it would be. Yeah, I don't think anything will really top that Halloween Havoc match, but this was not bad. This was actually pretty good.
I'm not the same Hollywood I was before. You can trust me. Be careful of this guy. I don't trust him. If you screw me, I'll get you. I will not stab you in the back.
I remember when Luger came in, it was Hogan telling Sting not to trust Luger. Now it's Luger telling Sting, you can't trust Hulk Hogan.
I can't wait to see this hard
How long has Hogan had the belt at this point? Oh, the white Hummer. Oh, the Hummer. They're still bringing up the Hummer thing even then. They kind of just dropped that, didn't they? Is that Brett in there? Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that was Brett. Brett Luger. This is just wild seeing these three guys in the same place. Brett was like, I was supposed to be in the SummerSlam 93 main event with him, but you were fucking there. Oh my God. So crazy. I feel bad that Brett had to leave WWE and go into WCW and coexist with all those people and work with them and see them and be around them.
The most popular superstars in professional wrestling are about to face each other in this ring. For the heavyweight
All right, Buffer is here to introduce Sting and Hogan. Okay, so he won Bash at the Beach 99. Gotcha. Beat Savage. Okay, shit. We need to start watching some. Maybe we'll plug through all of 1999 WCW. Try to hit these shows. So I can brush up on my knowledge. All right, so we got 20 minutes to get this match done. I guess there's enough time.
last time you went at it on WCW for the Nitro, interrupted by Steiner, interrupted by Sid Vicious, and it was Hulk Hogan that said, we need a rematch. I think that says it all about who you can trust.
Look at that sign. Sometimes I see a sign, I'm like, you've got to try harder than that. That's pathetic. It's one thing if it's a kid. You gotta cut a kid some slack, but seeing a grown adult or a normal-sized, aged person hold up a sign misspelled that you can't read, upside down, and not bold enough print or ink. I'm like, use your head, bro. Think about the signs that you can see on TV when you're watching the show. I always made big black. I bought like the thickest black magic marker I could find. I'd go over it twice, so it's just big and bold. Big and bold. And don't try to write blue ink on a red background. You know, just do white and black. Simple. That's how you can see it the best. Or even bright yellow. Myrtle Beach loves Sting. Myrtle Beach loves Sting. Myrtle Beach can be a bit on the trashy side. A lot of strip bars down there. It'll do like the ping pong ball stuff, you know. Trashy. This song. I think this should be Gable in the Creed's theme. Real American's so much better. I hate the way Hogan comes down and just does shit with his arms, and he's just so dumb. He's such a so dumb as a babyface. And to me at the time, I was like, I thought he was too old to be carrying that title in 1994 when he showed up and won it. And here we are, 1999. And now the way less roided Hogan is still atop the business, man. And he's younger than I am right now, and that's even crazier. Shaking Sting's hand. How does Hogan exactly do this job here, I'm wondering? Hey, buddy. Is this Brett coming out? Why is Brett coming out? I know this music. Is he supposed to be out there? All right, so Brett's coming out. All right. It's crazy that he's been there almost 2 years at this point. I like that shirt. Is he the ref for this? No, he's not. There's a referee in there. Look at Hogan, like, clapping for it. He's going, laying it on thick with the baby faceness. Huh. It's kind of, I mean, Brett looks like he's kind of half getting along with Hogan here. That's kind of nice. I mean, I'm glad they were finally like, oh, yeah, you might want to put the belt on Brett. He's only one of the best ever. Yeah, when Brett's Goldberg kick, that's Starrcade 2000, right? Not Starrcade 99. Does he still got a... Does Brett still have to reform the NWO and everything? Like, the band back together? That's all the next year, right? And then Brett's retirement must have came in 2000. Right before the buyout, I guess. I think. Fox Star Killer, hot take. I actually prefer this Bret Hart theme to his WWE theme. That's the hottest of hot takes. That's a blockable type of take. It's a good thing I like you. Because holy crap. I'd block your whole... I'd look up all your family members and just block all them too. Just out of pure principle for saying something that absurd. Fox Star. Fucking Jim Johnson shade up in here. You crazy? Yeah, we got some tempers flaring. It's got a flare. I love that Nick Patrick is here for this. There's way too much bullshit between these two guys, and Patrick is in there as the referee. No, oh, it is Starrcade 99. Okay, so all that BS is about to happen. All right. I'm thinking it all happens the next year. So that was a quick last couple of months there for Bret. I'm trying to analyze this wrestling between these two. I wish this could be like a 93 Sting, 87 Hogan. Something like that. Might be fun. Might be more fun than this. Okay, yeah, so that is all happening. I was thinking it was the next year. So all that Nitro or that NWO stuff happens relatively quick, right? And then I know at some point him and Goldberg are tag champs through that, right? As well. Bret wins the title. Yeah, I got to look up the history. It's the Nitro after. So Bret gets hurt, then reforms the NWO, and he winds up having to retire anyway. Crazy, okay. Yeah, I had that a little bit convoluted in my head. Thank you for the $5 there, Superman Bass Fisher. All ego is all awesome. Yeah, we did catch the finish. I had No Mercy on the TV here and saw the ending of that, which made sense. I didn't think Hendry was going to win that title there. Hogan and Sting in another main event. That's okay. Thank you. Now I'm starting to piece it together. Yeah, so Brett was supposed to face Sid. Originally Goldberg before the arm injury had sold out, but the symptoms of the concussion from the Starrcade match forced Brett to be replaced by Benoit. And then Benoit would win that title, right? And then be stripped of it immediately and head to WWE? Is that what happened? Is that what's happening? Is the power of Christ compelling me? Is that what's happening? Well, this match isn't exactly Kurt Angle versus Eddie Guerrero, but... So then Brett would win the title. Brett beats Benoit for it at like Mayhem, right? They had to do the tournament, is that right? And then Brett's champion. So how does he lose the title? Who beats him for it? Or does he get stripped of it? I mean, yeah, it is face and face, so it feels like an even division here, but I'm rooting for Sting. They're on the outside. I don't know. Weak-looking body slam. Thank you, Superman, for hooking up Paul Hanley with a membership. Hell yeah. Yeah, and I know Brett beats Goldberg like by DQ or something at Starrcade, right? The night that he gets hurt, and then he beats him 2 other times, apparently. Yeah, okay, so then Brett never did drop the title. He was stripped. So it's fair to say that Brett's still WCW champion, right? I'd like to think that it is. There we go. I was looking over here in disgust. I used one of those like giant mouse pads, and it's just kind of getting gross. So I just literally went on Amazon and reordered myself 2 more. Like, this thing's gross and dirty. Okay, Brett vacated the title the night after Starrcade. They did a Montreal Revisited and then won it back on that same Nitro in a rematch with Goldberg. Wild. I got to go back and rewatch these shows, man, because I barely remember any of this. Piper, okay, and Piper is a part of this? Okay. Piper ringing the bell this time. So weird. WCW was so off my interest radar at this point. I missed a lot of this wacky shit they did. Juliet, thanks for hooking up Danny in Oak Park with a channel membership. Wow, okay, Alan Carter. Interesting stuff about Jarrett there, too. Come on, Sting. Fight through it, man.
Abdominal stretch now applied. And Nick Patrick in good position. Sting, Brawl shaking his head right there, saying no. He does it again. He's not giving up. Hogan has Sting in the best position, right in the middle of that ring. Sure, but Hogan knows it'll take more than an abdominal stretch to win the match. This is all in the process, the game plan, of driving him down. He'll roll him up. Shoulders were down.
God, Nick Patrick's counting style will never not be infuriating. I mean, technically he's doing it probably the way you should by getting down so low to check the shoulders, but it's just not pro wrestling-y enough. Well, I'm so glad that Brett is undefeated against Goldberg. That makes me happy. As much as I love Brett, he can be full of shit. There was a time when Brett held no ill feelings whatsoever towards Goldberg. None. It just became his shtick. And so now it's like he's expected to shit on him, but there has been plenty of interviews and shoot interviews back in the day where when asked about this, he just chalks it up to an accident. No ill feelings towards Bill. I like Bill. He just changed his mind somewhere in there, you know? But he always used to consider, I mean, he considered his own brother's death an accident. So to imply that Goldberg's like a piece of shit over a kick, that's kind of what makes Brett sometimes, you know? Like, I might love you, Brett. I might fangirl out for you, but I can't always agree with you. And I can't stand Goldberg. I don't like him. But it's hard to see Brett's viewpoint on that since he's so aggressive with his hate. I mean, at some point, him and Goldberg are going to be at the same convention. I don't know how they haven't avoided running into each other yet. If I was Triple H, I'd troll Brett. I'd troll him and invite them both to the same thing. And then just watch what happens. All right, Hogan's hulking up after a missed Stinger splash. Oh, he is not going to beat Sting with the 3 punches and the boot. Oh, that looked like shit. Oh, there's DDP. Oh, wow, DDP taking out Patrick. 1. Huh. Diamond cutter. Oh, Hogan. The big boot looked like shit. That diamond cutter didn't look much better. Oh, DDP's going to help out Sting. I love it. Wake up there, Patrick. Well, we knew Hogan wasn't going to lose clean. I mean, that was obvious. And he kicks out. Still alive, Hogan. Now he diamond cuttered the ref. Oh, now Hogan's going to hulk up on him. There's Brett. Oh, Brett's here. Taking out DDP. It's nice to see Brett kind of like a babyface again. Look at that run in '98 as a heel. Losing everybody. Oh my God, Sid and Hogan. Who would have thought we'd see Sid and Hogan mix it back up? Like it's 1992. Now Luger's here. Hogan taking Luger out. Sting's back. Oh, is Sting going to turn heel? Why not? Look how stupid Hogan is. I like how the wrestlers always have to pantomime everything so the fans know what they're saying. Boom! Yes. Yeah, fuck you, Hogan. Yes. Is he going to scorpion him? No, he's going to roll him over. Okay, he is going to scorpion him. And Hogan's going to be passed out, and the ref's going to call for the bell. Yeah, let's point to the camera to ring the bell, because that makes sense. And Sting wins. So I guess that was like a heel turn for Sting. What's that shit on Luger's shirt? Yeah, there's gonna be. Oh, they're in Chapel Hill tomorrow night for Nitro. That's awesome. Oh, cool. I'm glad I finally watched Fall Brawl 1999. I've never in my life seen that pay per view before, and it wasn't bad. I enjoyed the Sid match, and the DDP and Goldberg match was pretty good. It was just fun seeing a lot of the stuff from WCW around that time when my energy and attention was focused so much on WWE because they were just crushing it. I kind of ignored through 99 and 2000, those last 2 years of WCW. Didn't pay much attention to them. So this was fun to watch. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And watch it. Let me knock out a super chat here from our friend Off Leather Wings. Thank you for the $5, man. What did you think of Jeff Hardy's run in 08 and 09? He was the most popular wrestler. All my friends in school stopped watching WWE when he left. That was his biggest strength. I think that's why Jeff Hardy continued to get chance after chance after chance, no matter how many times he fucked up, was because of how unbelievably popular he was and what a wide reach his audience level was. He was young, old, men, women, kids. It was everybody loved him. So he felt like one of the most popular at that time. I mean, I feel like Jeff Hardy in WWE was a lot like Darby Allin in AEW now. He's different and he's marketable, and everybody really enjoys his look, persona. His ring work is super fun and exciting to watch. And I liked his runs there. I'm surprised that he left. I mean, I liked what he did on his way out the door with Punk. I thought that was all really good stuff. And when Jeff Hardy was actually winning world championships around that time in WWE, I thought it was great. I was very much in support of it, and I liked that the business was showing you that it's there's not just one type of wrestler that wins world championships. Jeff Hardy was one of the first to really, really break that mold, because Hardy was a guy that I remember watching because I was around the Carolinas at that time, come through the biz, working the dark matches, working the underneath stuff. I mean, literally starting all the way through. And then even when him and Matt got a shot and got signed, and they even got super over as tag team, that was way higher than I thought they would ever reach. So to think 10 times more popular than that, Jeff Hardy is now a world champion, top of WWE, beating people like Triple H for the title and whatnot, and for the IC for that matter. It was awesome. Jeff Hardy was the best. And I loved his run back then. I thought he was super exciting and one of the best things the business had at that time. So, yeah, Jeff was the best. Is Tito back there? Yeah, Tito's tired. And it is also about time for Tito to eat. So I think I'm going to feed the little fucker. I am going to tonight put up a link for tomorrow. We're going to be back here tomorrow night. We're going to just watch Raw together. I'm not going to come up here and do a review. It's Labor Day. Should be a fun, chill show to watch. So we will be up here for a live reaction watch along for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I don't even know what they have advertised yet, so I will take a look at that and post a link later on tonight. So keep a lookout for that, and join us tomorrow for the live Raw reaction. Thank you again, as always, for being here, hanging out on these Sunday nights, watching classic pay-per-views. Next Sunday, we will do... no, we won't. I was about to say next Sunday we're going to do another one. We will not. Next Sunday, 1 week from tonight, I will not be here. I actually have a birthday dinner for myself with my family that night. So we won't be here for our classic watch along 1 week from tonight. I forgot about that. So we'll be back 2 weeks from tonight, where we will definitely do another Fall Brawl. Glad I remembered that before I got out of here. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow for Raw.